Hi Hinstas, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome too. So we've got over a week of Sagittarius season left, but it's basically Capricorn season already. I mean, we've got Pluto, Mercury, Venus there already, and the final karmic season then of the astrological year is upon us. And wherever we have Capricorn in our birth charts, that's where the crunch and the focus is going to be for us this Cappy season. And it is a shadow season, so yeah, we need to be more effective, reflective, and delicate and careful with our steps. A bit like a rocky, stocky mountain goat, it's about taking those small steps that are conscious of not overly undoing our progress thus far. If you're somebody who's interested in progress, Capricorn is also devil energy or devil card energy in the tarot, and being a shadow season, yes, it is the perfect time for something to be reintroduced and for us to take the bait, to be reshackled, and to slip back into cycles or back to square one in some sense. But Capricorn is low-key badass, and it's like Sag but wiser. It's like Sag but more behind the curtain, sort of sniggering away at the naivety of the spirit, the naivety of the enemy as well. And it's okay now to be dry and real, but at the same time caring and mature. Capricorn opposes Cancer. For artistic people and creative, sort of escapist types as well, Capricorn season is great for just removing ourselves from the drama or from the fire and finishing up things like personal projects or getting back on top of self-care. Sag season can definitely be a party drink sort of season, or just kind of whole season, and growing up a bit for some of us from the careless madness that Sagittarius season can sometimes bring. Capricorn is also not just the goat, but the mer-goat, and there is always this way in which we think we know Capricorn, but we really don't. Like they will have this whole other twinkling magical side to them or to their lives that is like underneath the dryness or the seriousness or the sarcasm or the suit, the boss suit. There's some other side often with Capricorn heavy people. And it's a perfect time actually to get into dark humor, to see what a bit of, cynicism can bring for you this season. And we're talking about crocodile spirit here as well. It's a kind of patience. Capricorn sextiles Scorpio, so we get more of those spider Scorpio energies creeping back in, and sort of Eight of Pentacles energies and opportunities coming through. We get an urgent pressure to honor things like deadlines, to take real responsibility, to pay homage to the reliable things and spaces and people in our lives. Now, as we've had for a long time, Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, is currently in domicile in Aquarius. So we have a malefic planet that is able to properly host Mercury, Venus, and then later the Sun as they venture through Capricorn, which is the Earth temple of Saturn. So we will definitely, I think, see more unexpected changes, yet they are really going to be things that were not deserved. Oh, sorry, they're rarely going to be things that were not deserved, I should say. And as with all kind of malefic themes, they can be more difficult or uncomfortable truths for us to face in this season. It's, it's a shadow season, so beware that the crocodiles, those types of spirit that won't think twice before they snap you up or ensnare you in some sense. Look out for old devils as well in new disguises, and try to be wise about it. There's a lot of power now that comes also with the word no and refusing and kind of protecting your space and your boundaries in this way, and protecting also that side of you that needs now to be resting in that Capricorn sort of gem encrusted grotto. Capricorn being a secret water sign, by the way, and the sun, which travels through Capricorn for the whole of Capricorn season, is secretly in detriment in this sign, this temple. So we can expect illuminations, which is the sun, illuminations of undesirable truths, or we can expect having to be confident about being real, even if it may hurt us or someone else in the short term, as opposed to creating new ugly karmic cycles in the long term, which obviously will be more hurtful or damaging. Now, if you're a proper Hinster, you'll know that last year as well I did talk a bit about how Capricorn season is not actually the end of the astrological year. Christmas, New Year is not actually the end of the year, and we actually still have Aquarius and Pisces seasons to go through before we have a new year. This does mean that we will be tempted, especially if you do celebrate things like Christmas, New Year's Eve, to throw everything away or to squander everything and to push ourselves later into cruel or grueling rituals that are not actually coming from our spirit space or our ancestry, but from a compulsion to feign appearances, to flaunt materially as well, to flaunt in terms of social media status, and lots of different flaunting will start to happen in Capricorn season, probably already is. And Saturn rules feigned appearances. It also rules misery. So beware again of those devil cycles that we can, or chains that we can shackle ourselves back into in this shadow season. So often a lot of the overly ambitious mountains as well, resolutions that we declare to the world or ourselves that we're going to climb, we do end up giving up come the February side of Aquarius season. Aquarius being a very what's the phrase, cruel to be kind sort of sign or energy, which will definitely strip away and make fall away any kind of fake thing or person we were so resolute about in the new year. Basically, now is not a time for newness in Capricorn season, but it is a time for respecting and reveling in who and what we already have. And it's a great time to just sort of see your hands and kind of the blessings that they are already full of, and to be content, grateful for that. No, it's not about stopping the aim for progress or anything like that, but it is a better time for reflection and seeing how far you've come in at least, if you can find at least one way in which you've come quite far in a positive sense, then that's good. And it's a great time also to share your material wealth or your material resources and time as well with people who have helped raise you to this point again. And another thing I've noticed about Capricorn season is there's always something to be learned from older people or more senior people to you, and it's especially important to not disregard or offend goat spirits now, because the karmic repercussions will be very fast. This is a karmic season. It's the last karmic season of the astro year. And also, another interesting thing is that Cappy season always brings this kind of cuteness and awkwardness, a soft sort of thing to be observed, and especially with Saturn in Aquarius, weird conversations and interactions have this sort of teaching and wholesome charm about them. And Capricorn season is definitely not a boring season either, but there's still plenty room. However, it can sort of appear to be muted or more private than Sagittarius season was. But there's still, plenty of room for freaky fucking, for having a fun drink or two with people that you never normally even get to talk much with. It is that perfect season, for example, at a Christmas party or dinner, to talk to that uncle or that cousin who you never really spoke to the whole year, but just that conversation can have something quite enlightening for you and or the other person. And despite the fact that, in this season, every demon kind of wants its pound of flesh, there's a sort of dance and humorous bargaining that we do with our shadows and demons in this season. And because it is also the final karmic season again of the astral year, some of these dances with certain demons will be the last dances. And I mean in a positive sense, as in we will finally be saying goodbye to one or two demons that may have plagued us for like 10 years or more. And this is, again, a good thing for your spiritual growth and your awakening if you're someone who's interested in that type of thing. What's also interesting is that just as the sun moves into Capricorn, Chiron in Aries starts to station to go direct. And so I definitely sense for Capricorn season some of us demonstrating our expertise, though it may kind of uncomfortably put people in their place, or there may be a necessity for you to get a bit more graty with certain people you live or work with, and to put them in their place. Aries Capricorn square to establish station and position. And it can have a lot to do with age and years. And on the second day, actually, of Capricorn season, we have a new moon, yes, in Capricorn, which I'll probably do a separate video on, but this just kind of ramps up the stellium, which is 3 or more planets in Capricorn, and makes this season a big opportunity for some to kick off a new karmic cycle that pertains to the house where you have Capricorn. Venus and Mercury will be conjunct as well at the new moon, so there can be a lot of keenness to rebalance something in the house where we have Capricorn again. So check which house you have this sign, even though it may be a challenge to do so. So again, we've got a sense of something being difficult or challenging. The sun's not really comfortable in Capricorn secretly, to be real, and so there is a lot of realness or something sarcastic that has a truth as well hidden beneath it, or a cynicism that has some pointed truth. Okay, so anyway, if you're a Capricorn rising, very briefly, this season is all about you, your aura, your personality. It is your body and health. It is your very spirit. So I would expect more attention and spotlight on you. For Aquarius rising, this is isolation. This is self-undoing, hidden treasures as well, hidden enemies, and going abroad. And I'd pay special attention to your dreams and try, if you can, to stay away from too much alcohol and other drugs, Aquarius. For Pisces rising, this is in the realm of your friends and allies, wishes that you want granted, and something new and good being rained down on you from the gods above. For Aries, this can be a more challenging one, Aries rising, as there's like this itch, this square energy between Aries and Capricorn. It's more challenging, this itch to just get rid of something or someone and to take some big actions during this season, or there could be more pressure for some of you to respond or take responsibility for something relating to your career, your calling, your reputation, or like your career path. So I do see a lot of you Aries actually working quite hard over Capricorn season. For Taurus rising, this can be a very lonely, I don't know why that word came out, lonely, but also lovely, spiritually enlightening time, Taurus. And it can be a good one for doing something new at the higher education level, or going to a temple, church, mosque, or for some it will be a new spark of optimism and faith for you at this time of the year. So this is nice and positive, especially for those Tauruses who've been a bit depressed. Capricorn season can be more of a magical boost for you. For Gemini rising, there is a feeling of being sort of given what you are owed, whether it be good, bad, or ugly, what you're given. And this is coming from other people, but with the presence also of benefics here, and with a capable host, that is Saturn, this season. Those of you who have sort of just been yourselves and done the right thing, Gemini, you'll receive more good things from shared contracts and agreements that you've been working on. For Cancer rising then, this is other people and partners and commitment, and also coming to serious terms and agreements with others, even if it's difficult. So again, this new moon, it's opposing you, Cancer rising, so it could be like difficult agreements or difficult truths or realizations that have to be made. And it's a great time for Cancer rising to just relax with others and admire the good things about others despite other people's shortcomings. and kind of to just break bread with people, to toast with others, kind of no strings attached, no grudges born. Is that the correct grammar? No grudges born? Whatever. Anyway, for Leo rising, this is about your health, your idleness, and kind of the people and the things that serve you. So basically, what I have for you, Leo rising, is the more you respect those who provide for you, and especially those who have provided for you up to this point, the less hard this season will be. For Virgo season, this is funhouse stuff. A perfect season for you to get your head down and focus on something creative, or to run forth with your authenticity, to just have lots of fun. It's a great time to date, actually, for Leo. For Virgo. And it can be good news for conception, pregnancy, children. And you might also be wanting to take a new risk this season. For Libra rising, it's time for family and roots and home, but there will be, this is again a square energy between Libra and Capricorn. There could be likely some form of challenge or tension when it comes to home, your family, and you may also suddenly feel a hidden desire, Libra, to take charge or to settle some more serious roots in your life. For Scorpio rising, then, this is sextile energy. And honestly, everything can be happening with everyone at all times for you, or all at once for you this Capricorn season. And there's lots of potential to have fun with friends and those who are near you at work or in your house, whatever. And some of you will also feel inspired to go back to some basic education, or some of you are realizing the truth of something that was so basic, but you had just been ignoring or forgetting about it, or you were somehow blindsided. But now you're just kind of getting back to some basic life fact. For Sagittarius rising, then this is your funds, it's your input, and kind of taking a bit more care with what you say, Sag. And investments should be considered more properly. And it's also generally a great time for you to kind of slow down and do some cooking at home, or baking, or just like chill with some cakes or whatever, and like kind of put that slow, careful effort into things. And it's a great time, of course, for you to get more in that space you have, Sag, which is very philosophical and deep, and just kind of smoking and having these deep thoughts and realizations, and less active physical movement for you, Sag. Anyway, I love you all, and I am wishing you a great start to Capricorn season, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Mwah.